Hey guys, really excited to be with you today. I'm here with my son Conor for the first time. Saw my channel. He was like, "Hey, can I be in a video with you?" So I was like, "Sure." So say hello.
Hi, people.
So
Hi, 5 viewers.
yeah, 5 viewers. Right.
We very much appreciate you.
Yeah, he was. We were kind of joking about the fact that I have like 100 subscribers, but like 5 views to all my videos. We're not really sure why that happens, but anyway,
Spread the news.
we had initially we were going to debate whether the Christian Bale Batman or the Michael Keaton Batmans were better, but then we realized we both agreed on that. So he's a much bigger Batman fan than I am, so I'm pretty much just going to go through all the different permutations of Batman, be it comic books, animation, big screen movies, small screen. I was just going to ask you what your favorite version of Batman is out of anything that you've seen, comic books or movies.
I still really like The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was my top favorite.
Okay, like the second movie specifically with the Joker.
Yeah, that one was my favorite.
All right, and then
and then they had the great Two-Face in it as well. Come in.
Right, that's true. I always forget he's in that one.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I always thought
Heath
there were
Ledger
two
did such a
separate
great
movies.
job with the Joker that sometimes you forget that Two-Face is in it too.
Yeah.
But you said you didn't really like the third movie.
No.
With Bane.
I really hate that movie.
Well, you hate the movie.
Yeah, I just despise that movie. I
didn't hate it.
I've never finished the movie. It was just like that bad.
It was not. I mean, I think everybody agrees it's not nearly as good as the first two. But I mean, I didn't think it was terrible, but it definitely is not as good. Well, maybe we'll have to finish it, but when you're here.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what's the worst version of Batman you think you've ever seen?
So I'm pretty sure everybody knows what that is.
Okay.
Batman and Robin.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true.
Batman and Robin, the trilogy of the nipples.
That is true. You got Bat Butt and Bat Nipple. Yeah. That was definitely pretty bad. I mean, everything was bad about that movie, from the villains to George Clooney was terrible as Batman.
To the Bat Nips.
Now, what's the guy's name that played Robin in that movie? I can't remember his name.
Are you talking about like the actor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know actors.
Well, I feel bad because I'm going to know it as soon as I turn this off. But he wasn't that bad in Batman Forever because it was the same guy that did Robin in both movies. But then they changed Batman. But yeah, it was really bad. I mean, Poison Ivy was stupid. Bane was. I mean, you talk about Bane being bad in Dark Knight Rises. Bane was a joke in that movie.
And like, in Batman and Robin, I think they were like, the whole character who played Bane just didn't do anything the whole time.
Except go, "Rah!"
The whole time he just like grunted. I think what they were aiming for was not so much talking, more of him just being like a big macho guy.
Right. But as far like that kind of goes in though with, well, I guess that would fit in. I'm gonna call that the Joel Schumacher movies because that's like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Those were Joel Schumacher. Those are very different, even though technically I think they're supposed to go in with the Michael Keaton Batmans, but I don't think that really works. I think that's just Batman and Batman Returns. Yeah. I think those are the I think that's that series. But, like, as far as series, what do you think? Well, I guess, so you think the Joel Schumacher series, even if it includes Batman Forever, you still think those
talking
two
about
movies?
Series as in movies or series?
Yeah, like TV shows, anything.
Okay.
Like, you still think that's the worst series, even if it includes Batman Forever?
I don't think it's the worst series. Well, I mean, yeah, I kind of think it's the worst series.
I think I do too. Because
even though I really like Batman Forever, just like there are some parts in Batman Forever that still just like top it off at the end.
I don't think Batman Forever has aged very well. Like I watch it now, like I liked it better when I first watched it, and I watched it again recently. I was like, man, this is really bad. Yeah. Like it's not Batman and Robin bad, but it's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
It is. And as far as like, and it's funny because you would think the Adam West Batman might be the worst because it's so corny, but it's kind of meant to be. And this is Calcifer, by the way, this little flame down here. You would think that would be the worst because it's so stupid, but it's kind of meant to be, and you're not meant to take it seriously. I think what makes Batman Forever and Batman and Robin so terrible is that you're supposed to take those movies seriously, and they're that bad.
To be honest, I think the creators who were doing Batman and Robin, like, it was just like, I feel like they did it as a joke. Cause like
You know the guy who directed Batman and Robin actually apologized for it?
Oh
for
yeah,
how bad
I
it
saw
was?
that.
Did
He
you?
was like, I apologize to all Batman fans that they got offended that they got offended by this movie.
If they paid for a ticket and they came out disappointed, I'm really sorry.
I'm very sorry for you paying me millions of dollars to go see this somewhat good movie that I thought.
Well, tell me about the 90s animated series, because I haven't watched that and I've been meaning to, and everybody says it's fantastic.
You talking about like
the one that uses the music from the Michael Keaton Batman score, you know that.
You're not talking about Batman.
It uses that music.
You're not talking about Batman Beyond, right?
No.
You know what that is?
It's just called Batman the Animated Series.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to watch that
excellent.
a really long time ago. I mean, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's alright.
I've heard it was fantastic.
I liked it, but it was alright. Like, they still had pretty good plot characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they had to get some Commissioner Gordon in there, stuff like that. But, I mean...
Why it wasn't amazing, though, to you?
I mean, it was... I felt like they followed nothing when they made this movie.
Cartoon, you mean?
Yeah, like, they kept the same characters and everything. Like, they kept the Penguin, the Joker, the Riddler. Well... I don't know if they kept the Joker. I never saw the Joker. I do know.
Now, I don't think they were supposed to have anything in the series from the first two movies. Like, I think the only thing they used was the music. I think it was supposed to be totally its own thing.
Oh, no, I definitely saw the Penguin in there.
No, but I mean, I'm saying, like, I think it was supposed to be independent of the movies as far as storyline. Like, obviously, they had the Penguin in the movie, and they had the Penguin in the show.
No. I know. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
There's, like, when they do it, apparently it takes off, like, any classic Batman TV show. I've watched Gotham. They do this a lot. They only have 3 shots of them going across this random city, and they use that when they're switching from person to person.
This is in the animated series?
Yeah. Like, if you saw, I showed you that scene of the club, and they had, like, that little city view before of it.
Now they still do that in Gotham?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty lazy. Like, that's a brand new show. Like, you think they could afford... I mean, obviously, there's a lot of money behind that show. You think they could afford... a couple more shots.
No, I mean, like, those are the only 3 cuts they use.
What I used to love was watching the old Adam West series and watching every time that they would get out of their car in front of Commissioner Gordon's, like, building, it was always the exact same shot of them getting out of the Batmobile. And you can tell because there's this lady in this red raincoat, and she always, like, stops and looks at them as they run up the stairs. It's always the same shot. Like, you would think that they would they would at least keep the people kind of inconspicuous so that every single time you wouldn't be like, oh, there's a lady with the red raincoat again. But, you know.
Oh, yeah, this is my favorite shot. It has that lady.
Lady with the red raincoat.
It has that lady in it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, I don't know. I wish that they had, I mean, I guess it
It was just, like... The whole reason that I didn't like the show, which I didn't explain yet, it was kind of like...
The animated series?
Yeah, the animated series. It was like... It was just really hard to explain. I get that they weren't, like, supposed to follow the storyline and be its own thing, but it's basically all about... Commissioner Gordon is all chill with Batman, right? Like they always have. They're fine.
Right.
But then there's this... there's 2 cops, right? And... Just their whole objective is just capturing Batman and then putting him in jail. I don't know. Like
wouldn't...
Well, no. Sorry.
Wouldn't they be kind of rogue cops if the commissioner doesn't want him captured? Why are they on their own mission to get him?
Sorry. They don't want to put him in jail. They just think Batman's, like... Basically, these cops are Batman fanboys. And they just want to go, like, get Batman in one place where they can just ask him millions of questions.
And that's like a big plot line in the show?
Yeah, that's basically the whole thing. Like, nothing happens with Penguin. Like, yeah, Penguin's doing some suspicious things. All he's doing is just, like, opening up his club and just chilling. Has, like, some guest lists. But the whole show is just about, like, them trying to go, like, get information from Batman. But then they just keep stumbling into all the fights Batman's doing. Like, there was this one episode I remember. Batman was trying to go find Man-Bat, and it was really funny, because Man-Bat defeated Batman, and then Batman jumped out the window, and literally as soon as he did it, the 2 cops came in the door, and then they just saw Man-Bat, and then, and like that's what happens. Like every time Batman's trying to fight crime, they always come in and mess it up. Like they're trying to be Batman
like the
fanboys.
Keystone Cops, man.
Yeah, like they're trying to be Batman fanboys, but I mean, in reality, they're just like messing everything up.
Well, I watched. It's funny because one of the biggest disappointments I can ever remember having in a movie theater was I went to see the original Batman, the 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton.
Oh, you mean like the really poor-looking Joker?
Well, no, I mean I thought he looked good.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm talking about like the Adam West ones.
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
like Pow, Bam.
No, the Jack Nicholson Joker. I went to see that.
Yeah, he was really good.
And I really liked that movie, but the second one, Batman Returns with the Penguin, I remember going to see that movie, and it was just, the tone was so different than the first movie that I really went in expecting another movie just like the first one, and it really disappointed me. Like it was just so quirky and weird. Like there was just so many things that were strange about it that I remember. I watched it maybe 2 or 3 months ago for the first time in a long time, and it was the first time that I actually just fully enjoyed it. Like I've watched it a bunch of times, and I've never really enjoyed it, and I kind of liked it this last time.
While we're on the topic with the penguin, there's one thing that I've always hated about that. How they like stereotype the Penguin just a little bit. Like in the normal movies or like Adam West or classic Batman.
He was a normal guy in the Adam West show.
Yeah, they were normal. But then as soon as they started making these big movies,
I think he's normal in the comic, isn't he? He's not like a mutant.
He's like fine. But then when they start making the movies, they give him like three fingers and make him look like a penguin, and I'm like, that's not how he. Oh God, sorry. That's not how he looks. They're just like saying that, but it's not true.
Well, I don't know. Most people that like Batman Returns, they like it because it's a Tim Burton movie, the guy who directed it. Not because it's a good Batman movie, but because it's a good Tim Burton movie.
Isn't that a Nightmare Before Christmas?
He wrote Nightmare Before Christmas. He did not direct it. It's actually directed by a guy named Henry Selick. But everybody remembers it as Tim Burton's movie for whatever reason. But it has a Tim Burton vibe to it. That's the kind of vibe I'm talking about. Like Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, those kinds of gothic, like almost black and white kind of, spooky movies. That's just the kind of movies he makes. Like he made the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I didn't see it. The one with Johnny Depp. I heard that was terrible. But
oh God, it really was. I gotta tell you.
But all his movies are like that. Is what I'm getting at. They all have that same weird vibe to them. Like Corpse Bride was his. He did Sweeney Todd. Just everything he does is that same kind of feel to it.
I used to absolutely love the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie, and I don't know why. Just one day, it was like the end of the year at my school or whatever, and the teachers were saying that kids could like bring in movies to like put on for the class, and I brought that movie in, and they said, no, we can't watch that movie. Okay. Because it has the word stupid in it.
Wow. That's pretty bad.
I know, right? Like, that's such a bad word to teach kids.
We won't get off topic into what's permissible in school, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, as far as the comic books, I know you haven't read too many of the comics. Do you read... You said you read Batman Beyond, or is that a show?
Oh, no, that's a TV show. Okay. Well, hold on. While we're still... Before we get off the topic of the Penguin, real quick, you should tell them about that one scene... right at the end.
What scene?
The one scene that I always used to just jump behind the couch. You remember that one? When, so in the scene where they're all down in the sewers, and then that guy just gets, like, electrified by the wire.
Oh, right, yeah.
And his hair just,
it's pretty funny if you watch it now.
I know,
it's almost like Home Alone 2.
That's what we did. I remember me and you just went back and watched it because it was so stupid.
Yeah.
And then that one scene that I used to always be scared of on,
the first movie with the Joker.
And then he always just like, hey.
See, I love that scene because they make it funny. Like, I'm glad you're dead. And he laughs at him. Like, it's really funny.
I'm glad you're dead.
But
I think that was a really good
Are you still reading the new comic books? Or have you stopped on those?
I haven't gotten any new ones.
No. Okay.
I finished all of them.
Okay. No, I knew you'd finished the ones I sent you. I didn't know if you got any more.
The War of Jokes and Riddles was a really good one, actually.
Cool.
But,
So, still, though, Dark Knight Trilogy, well, outside of the third movie. So I guess we're just like, the first two Dark Knight Trilogy movies, I guess we're saying are great.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
And then I really liked the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton with the Joker. The only problem with that movie though is how they really didn't understand. I love the movie, but they really didn't understand Batman. Yeah. Because like he like wants to kill the Joker, like he doesn't kill in the comics, you know? Like in the movie, he's like grabs him, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. You killed my parents. And that was another thing. They made the Joker kill his parents.
That didn't actually happen.
I know, but they did it in the first movie. They did
it in the stupidest way possible. I just want to point that out. They did it in the stupidest way possible. They were like the Joker has this saying about like the devil or something.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
And then Batman's like, whoa, that's what the guy who killed my parents said. Wait, that plus that?
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't put it together when he looked just like him, but when he said it too.
You know, like when he said that, just put the pieces together right away.
Agreed. That was pretty stupid. But like, they really didn't understand the comic books. They didn't understand the character of the Joker. They didn't understand the character of Batman. However, it was still a really entertaining movie, which is more than I can say for Batman and Robin. It was entertaining, probably not in the way they intended.
I would recommend to everybody to go watch Gotham because I think they follow this storyline really good
the story of the comic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like because in this show, it's all about just Bruce Wayne as a kid before Batman was even like invented.
It's the Smallville model.
Kind of, yeah. Joker's not in it yet because, you know, you need the grown-up Batman to throw Joker into the pot or whatever.
Right.
Whatever, the thing of acid.
Yeah.
Catwoman's still in there, Selena Kyle. Mm-hmm. They made them friends as kids, which were...
That was another weird thing about Dark Knight Rises was how they handled Catwoman because she really wasn't Catwoman. Like, she had, like, those kind of ears that she wore when she rode the bike. But I don't think that really made her Catwoman. It was really weird the way they did. Now, see, I liked the Catwoman in Batman Returns. With the Penguin?
Oh,
I liked her.
That one was good.
But, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting him, but he's trying to say something, and I keep getting him off topic.
I just really like that, the show, because I think it follows the storyline perfectly. I'll give you a few examples of why.
How many seasons is Gotham on now?
Oh, I think it's on 4 seasons.
Okay.
I have not finished it yet. I probably have, like, 4 or 5 episodes left.
Okay.
I just really like it, because it follows it so well. Like, for example, Bruce finds the guy that kills his parents, and he had a gun in his pocket, and he was ready to shoot him.
Yeah.
But then that's where the whole thing starts that he doesn't want to kill him. Because, like, for about, like, 2 years now, he's felt like he wanted to kill the guy who killed his parents so bad. Mm-hmm. But then he chose not to because he knew that it would be the bad thing to do. Mm-hmm. They still kept the plot if he doesn't want to kill anybody.
See, that's interesting because that's similar, but a little bit different than the way they handled that in Batman Begins. Because in Batman Begins, he, like, goes to the guy's trial, and someone else kills him before he gets a chance to kill him. And he's still upset that he didn't get a chance to kill him. So he didn't really have that moment in Batman Begins where he just decides not to kill him. So that's I kind of prefer that he makes the choice. It's not like somebody beats him to it like he did in Batman Begins.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I do really like the way they established the Penguin in this Gotham. It was just I felt like it was so original how they did it. I might go on a rant here, so
okay.
You can just be prepared. Hey?
Okay.
Just brace yourself. So, what you did?
All right, Penguin rant.
All right, so the way they do this is there is this crime boss called Fish Mooney, right?
Okay.
And she is like one of the biggest crime bosses. She has this big club, and in this, the Penguin just starts off as the umbrella guy, which it gives him the whole umbrella part.
Yeah.
And basically, he just holds her umbrella and makes sure that she doesn't get wet, stuff like that. And then that's how he all started. And then she went inside of the club, and they had this guy they were mad at or whatever in the alley, and she was letting all of her henchmen beat him up. And then they gave Penguin the stick. Okay. And he just, like, full-on went at it to this guy they were mad at. Like, he stabbed him, and he was, like, banging him. Like, the rest of the henchmen were just like looking at him like, all right, bro, chill out. You don't need to kill him. You just need to get him to, make sure not to mess with us. And then that's where...
Good children's programming.
I know, right? It's perfect.
It's bludgeon people to death.
And then,
Okay, so he starts off as an umbrella guy, and then he goes crazy.
Then that's kind of where he gets to love to kill people now.
Yeah, so it's the opposite of what happened to Bruce. Okay.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
So now, after that, his whole goal is just to go and get rid of Fish Mooney so that he could take over and be the crime boss now.
Okay.
It's really funny. And then he turns out
maybe I'll have to give it another chance. I started to watch Gotham. I probably got through... I only watched a few episodes, maybe 3. And I just kind of got bored with it. And the reason I didn't stick with it, I'll tell you why. I read this article, and I probably put a little bit too much stock in it because the person who wrote the article made a really good case for why a show like Gotham would not work, whereas a show like Superman does work, or Smallville, rather, does work, because Smallville is going to end in a place of hope. Because like Superman's like colorful and he's bright and he's like the hope of humanity kind of thing. So it's gonna go somewhere positive, right? Gotham kind of has to go somewhere negative because the whole point of Batman is his city is like, Gotham's basically a sewer of like all this crime, and the only reason that there's going to be a need for somebody like Batman is because eventually the criminals are. I'm not going to say the criminals are going to win. But the criminals are going to become so big and prolific that he's going to be needed, and it's like that show kind of has to end in a bad place. So it's kind of like, because they're not going to go beyond that point and just have it be about Batman, because then it's not Gotham anymore.
The thing is, what you just said there, I really don't think that matters compared to the show, because he's basically just telling you that Superman's better than Batman. But like,
no, not at all.
Wait. I'm just saying, like,
but
that's
he is.
That's because they're two different things. Like, he's trying to say, like, Superman ends this way, so this show sucks unless you make it end this way. Well, that's like the whole point of Batman.
Well, right, and I was gonna say, I'm glad that they're not. If they're gonna make a show like Gotham, it's not like I wouldn't want them to change it to be positive. Because that doesn't work for Batman. It's like that's why I hated Man of Steel. Because that's what happens when you try to make Superman dark. It doesn't work for Superman. Superman is not a dark story. He's not a dark character. Batman is. So what works for one doesn't work for the other. But anyway, the video's running a little bit long. It's over 20 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap it up. But we just wanted something for like our inaugural video together. Wanted something that he's passionate about. I said this is actually our second take. We had to start over again. Technical issue, but. The first time I forgot to mention that he's like a rabid Batman fan. So like has been like his whole life. Hi Calcifer. His room upstairs when he was smaller, my wife did like this mural on his wall. It's like the whole Gotham skyline and everything. He's got like a glow in the dark bat symbol on his wall. So he's like a big hardcore fan. So I knew he would be really interested in this topic. But we might do another 1 or 2 videos while he's here.
All right,
I'm gonna kill you.
I just want to point something out to our viewers. They already saw it, but I've had Calcifer come out like 7 times, and you haven't even noticed.
Oh, I've noticed.
All right, guys.
I'm trying to stay on point. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe down below. And I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next time. We're just kind of doing a free-for-all since he's here. I'm not sticking to my normal format of movies I like and everyone else hates. So this can be anything and everything. I've got some really hot sauce. Maybe we'll both have hot sauce next time. What do you want to do?
All right, guys.
Do you want to do a video on that?
Sure,
would you try the hot sauce?
All right, maybe not the Mad Dog hot sauce. not that.
Oh, that's extract. You probably don't want that.
Share this with your friends. So.
Right. Share, guys. We'll be back. We'll try to find something pretty
we'll probably be
entertaining like that.
We'll probably be making videos a week.
Probably will. This was pretty fun. All right. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye.